Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Being masculine has nothing to do with looks. I'm gonna tell you what, because there's always a big deal about looks, of course, and also masculinity. And yeah, you want to fix up, you still want to have your good appearance and presentation and everything. But if you masculine, that has nothing to do with how you look. Because let's be real, there's a lot of guys who are effeminate and they probably look good to a woman. See, a lot of times when they're talking about that, a lot of women get turned off if a guy looks too good, in fact. If he look like he spend too much time with his looks. A lot of women you get some guys trying to tell you otherwise, but nah. See, if you're talking about just masculinity, that's inner. Now, before I go further, ain't nothing wrong with fixing yourself up, man. You know, I promote body game and everything. But even when I'm talking about body game, I'm talking about when you hitting the gym or whatever you want to do, that's discipline. That's discipline, that's willpower, that's contributing to your masculinity. But those are still inner qualities. Like, you need to develop your inner masculinity, regardless of what you look like. Because, well, let's be real, looks is more a feminine energy thing. It's passive. You just look good. It's like a rose. A rose don't do anything. It don't wrap around. It don't go fetch a stick that's thrown at. A rose is just there. It's a passive quality. Looking good is a passive quality, you know, and it's like, yeah, you still want to look your best, but it's still passive. Being masculine is about that type of person that takes action. Even, you know, yesterday on the couch, I talked about like a man having a power when a woman chooses him. He's still taking action at some point, because a woman, when she chooses a man, she does so in a nonverbal way a lot of times, or she's not direct. But then when that man decides to take over, comes into everything and takes over, that's what turns her on. He's still taking action. That's the key thing. And you know, it don't matter if you got a certain look to take action. It really don't. How that take action? As long as you can move, you can take action. Unless you just totally just jacked up, unless you just totally immobilized and everything. And even then, if your mind is active, that's taking action. But you can't see none of that. You know, if a man sees there's a problem, if you see you got to defend a loved one, or he sees a fire and stuff, that's taking action. If he knows he has to go out there and get a job or get his business going, that's taking action. That's taking initiative. That's being assertive. He's asserting himself into a situation. He's being aggressive about asserting himself into a situation. That's masculinity. No, you can look at all you want. That don't mean you masculine. Like when you talk about like some of these, like in the movies and everything, they'll have the action hero, he looks good, but part of that's to draw the people's attention. If you look at real like men who are taking action, they don't look like much. In fact, there was a TV show I used to watch, 24. Some of the old heads might remember it. Even some younger people might remember it, Kiefer Sutherland. Now, he don't look like that classic action hero and stuff, kind of small and everything, but he was doing all this stuff. But that was being masculine. See, understand something. It's about, look, a lot of guys be faking, talking about they doing their eyebrows, all this stuff. I'm like, you know, hold up, man, hold up. If a man, that's why some women, and I ain't gonna even say some women, many women, they don't want to deal with a guy that look better than them for that reason. Because that means because a woman already, they spend enough time. The average woman spends time trying to fix herself up. But if that man's doing more, trust me, the woman don't want to deal with him, because then she's questioning him. And in fact, they'll do that. When they see a guy fixing up too much, they're gonna question if he even wants a woman. Because they know that's not a masculine thing. Now, if a guy happen to look good and everything, okay, I mean, you can't help genetics, but he still got to take action. He still got to be that type of man who's going to go out and do stuff and everything. He's still going to follow the house of the man. He's still going to be that warrior. He's still going to be that hunter. He's still going to take over the bedroom. He's still going to be that thinker solving problems, even thinking. Even you got some guys who are more intellectual, but what are they doing? Are they solving problems? Like I said, I don't like being on panels, even on YouTube, where they just talking about the problem. I don't like those. I want to be on there where it say, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this. Being masculine means having a plan to solve a particular issue and stuff. And it's coming from inside. See, that's one thing. One of the problems we have out here, you got too many people concerned about the outside. Even when I talk about body game, especially people who've been on, Rom TV, I did a whole series on the body game philosophy. And it wasn't just what lifting and everything. It's about inside. What's it doing for you? Like I said, though, having that discipline, having that willpower and everything does something for you. Because when you out in society, you gotta have that discipline, you gotta have that willpower. You gotta have that extra push. See, it leads to other things. It's not even just aesthetics, it's just a small part of really body game if you really want to get down to it. I mean, yeah, like I said, you want to fix your body up, you want to let the barber bless you and everything. Those are passive qualities. But here's something else too. When a man, he might fix himself up and, a woman checking him out and everything. But if he comes off as too passive, the woman's not turned on. I've told that story several times. When I'm over a woman's house one time, she was interested, but I ain't make a move. And I'll never forget. She just she sat on my lap, gave me a peck on the lips and said, most we can be is friends. That's because I didn't go over there and I wasn't aggressive. So you have to, you still, no matter what you look like, you still got to be aggressive going through life. You still got to be that type of guy on the inside, regardless of what you look like. Don't get caught up. Like some guys say, well, I'm average and all of that. I don't care who you are. If you got balls, you can still be a man. And many women are turned on by that, even if you're average looking. They turned on by that energy. That's really the highest level of sexual desire right there. They want a masculine man. That man who's gonna take over and everything. All right? But don't think it's your looks. Your looks at best are a bait. But what they always say, women will say he was alright till he opened his mouth. And then there's not enough talk. They want a masculine. You can look as good as you want, but you gotta be masculine in your behavior. Because ain't no women. Well, no, I'll take that back. The only women who are wanting a feminine man who's too passive is masculine herself. And I don't know too many men who want that. If you want that, hey, way more power to you. But otherwise, you just want to just do your thing. You want to be masculine. You want to get out there. This regardless of what's on the outside, okay? So, anyway. That's all I got for right now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.